Okay, everyone. I'm recording this, okay, so I always do this every week, but just in case there's new people to the group and the AMA, we do record this and we have it usually uploaded pretty quickly onto the Telegram channel. So just bear that in mind. If you do choose to speak on the through Telegram, that's fine. But just know you will be recorded, so just bear that in mind. So some people are happy with that, some people would prefer not to be recorded. And if that's the case, you can ask me a question on Telegram just by typing. But welcome to this one. I'm just gonna try my video here and see if it works, and you can tell me if it breaks up or if it looks terrible or whatever, but I'm gonna give it a go. Hello everyone, hopefully you can see me. Can you see me? I'm gonna wave. You see me waving?
Looks great.
Oh, great. Hello. Thank you, Michael. Cheers to you, Michael. I'm having a glass of wine. So look, my name's Simon. For those who have never been a Peachfolio AMA before, I do them every week. Here, I did like a video on YouTube last week, and obviously we're back on Telegram today, and we're using the video for the first time. So hopefully it's still working, and that's good. If at any time you can't hear me or it stops or I just turn into a freeze frame or whatever, do let me know, and I'll just go back on voice. But I just thought, why not? So you saw me last week, you can see me this week as well. So what we normally do in these AMAs is I sort of run through how we've been doing in the last week, any updates that you guys need to know about, and then I open it up for questions. And if you have any questions you'd like to ask, you're more than welcome to do so at the end. Okay. Today obviously is a really big day for us. We've had a lot of big days recently over the last few weeks. This one is another huge one for us. So last week we had the white paper, obviously, and the relaunch of the website, and you'll all hopefully have had a chance to read that now, and you'll have seen the ecosystem what we're hoping to build and all the different aspects of that. And hopefully that's very exciting for you guys. It's certainly very exciting for us. A lot of work for us, of course, but we're looking forward to getting started on it. Today, obviously, is a big one because we've got the price alerts dropping very, very soon. That is coming today for Android people. So you lucky Android people will be setting price alerts later on today once that rolls out on the Google Play Store. For those on Apple iOS, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait a little bit of time. We're hoping it'll be ready to go next week. Obviously, that will be dependent on Apple. Hopefully, we don't foresee any issues with Apple, but we just know that, you know, in past experience, sometimes things can come up that you don't really expect to come up, that can delay things. But we're confident that we will get it through okay the first time. But as ever, if there's any issues, any delays, we will let you know as soon as we find out. But we're certainly aiming for this week, or next week, I should say, for iOS. But certainly Android, we know, is ready to go. And I would say probably by the end of this conversation, it will have been updated, or at least will be very close to being updated. So I'll let you know whenever we get the go ahead. There's somebody in the background with a big red button just waiting to push that button to get it uploaded. So it will happen very soon. And what I'll say about the price alerts is that they work extremely well. I've been using them and testing them as we have as a team for the last week or so. And I mean, I'm not just saying this because I'm on the team. I'm an investor as well. I also, you know, invest in projects in DeFi quite regularly, and it's so helpful to have the price alerts. Like it's really remarkable how much it changes things for you. For example, this week I had invested in a token, and it set an alert for about a 15% rise, and it hit very quickly, unexpectedly. I didn't expect it to go so quickly, and I got the notification on my phone. I was able to go in and make a trade, and the price fell quite dramatically after that, quite quickly. So if I hadn't had that notification, I would have missed that trade, and I was able to pull a little bit of profit out. So it actually made me money having that price alert. So I anticipate it's going to help everybody who invests in DeFi to make good trades and get the timing of those trades right. So I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited to hear what you guys think of it. And hopefully there'll be similar stories for yourselves whenever you get to use it. And no, it's great. And I think it's, I mean, I know there are other apps out there, obviously, although none are as good as ours for DeFi. And there are some that have some form of price alerts attached to them. I've tried them all, and ours is by far the best. And I say that with complete confidence. So hopefully you will feel the same way whenever you get the chance to use it. So that's very exciting. Also, I suppose the win marketing question, which we always get, and that's fair enough. It's a fair question to ask. As you know, or at least you should know if you've been with us for a while, we are in a contract with Crypto Token, which are a crypto marketing agency. We've been in discussions with them in the last week about sort of strategy for the next month. And what we're going to be doing or focusing on more this month coming will be looking at targeting Telegram groups and looking at more influencers. So that's a slightly different strategy to what we did last month, which was more about, I suppose, trying to get more traffic onto the website and brand awareness and so on. So we're including influencers this month, so hopefully you'll see some impact from that. But generally what I'll say is in the last week, we've had fantastic engagement on Twitter. It's up about 200% from last month, I think, the hits and engagement that we've had on Twitter. And a big part of that has been the fact that we've got the price alerts coming. And we've been able to target big and popular projects like Shiba, for example, and Floki as well as another one. Some of the dog coins, I suppose, are really flying at the moment. We've been able to sort of target them with a little graphic just to alert all their users and all the people who invest in those big coins that we are going to have price alerts for them as of today. So obviously that has gained quite a lot of interest, and we have we've obviously had a good week in terms of volume and the chart, which has been fantastic. It's sort of continued on from last week. We expect that to continue because obviously we've got the locking, which is the next big focus for us. Finally getting the utility into the Peach token. That's coming very soon as well, obviously next week. So really we're going to have 3 solid weeks, I hope, of exposure and good news to share that will, encourage more buys and more interest in the project, but also into the token. So hopefully you'll have seen some of the Twitter engagement that we've had, and we continue to do that. And I suppose the great thing about our app is that we're not restricted in the sense that some apps out there you need to add tokens to and things like that. They don't pick up tokens as soon as they launch, and that is one of the great strengths that the Peachfolio app has, is that every single new token that is released on BSC and Ethereum, we pick it up instantly as soon as it comes on. So we automatically will have price alerts for any new token, which is really exciting. And it means that any of the big, popular tokens that just pop up from time to time, you suddenly just hear about them on Reddit, and they've exploded to some enormous market cap, and there's hundreds of thousands of people trading on it, within a week or two, which can happen in this space. We'll be in a great position to sort of target those big popular tokens and all their investors to let them know that they can actually set price alerts for those particular tokens. And that, I feel, will be a great way for us to, first of all, get brand awareness for Peachfolio, but also get more and more downloads of the app, which in turn then should increase likelihood of people investing in the token as well, particularly when we start to lock those those features, which is coming finally next week. So that is, I suppose, where we are with marketing. That's where we are with the price lock, and that's where we are with the price alerts. So lots of stuff going on, which is tremendously exciting. And it's been a huge amount of work. And these are some of the big things that we as a project team had thought about months and months ago and had planned for. So it's quite exciting for us as a team to finally get to the point in the roadmap that we had created, that we're going to start implementing these really big features that we had hoped to do. So it's great. We're really excited about it. Outside of that, obviously we have the Peach Hub, which is going to be our big next focus, I suppose, once we have done the price alerts and the lock happening next week. We already are working on the Peach Hub at the moment. There's a lot of development work going on at the moment, and it looks really good so far. Obviously, we have a lot more work to do on it, but we are confident that we'll meet our target, which is to have it released before the end of this year. So by the end of December this year, we hope that we will have the Peach Hub up and ready. Some of the other things that we have been involved. Yeah, sorry, I'm just checking. The team are sending me little messages. You may have noticed we've had a bit of engagement on Twitter from a couple of exchanges recently, mainly Gate.io and Coinex. We're actually a Coinex ambassador now, which is one of the first stages you go through to get listed on Coinex. And obviously we've had engagement through Twitter from Gate.io, which are one of the big exchanges. They have followed us on Twitter, and they've had a little bit of tweeting to and fro from the main accounts, which is great. And I can say we are in discussions with both of those exchanges, but also other exchanges as well. And that is certainly part of our plans, is to list on an exchange. So that will happen. I don't have a time frame for that at the moment. And I suppose we want to be sure that we time it right, and that we do it when we feel it's the right and most appropriate time to do it for our project. So, I mean, all I can say is just, we are in talks. We have been in talks actually for quite some time. And there's a lot of interest in Peachfolio from the exchanges. I suppose because we do have that utility, we have the product. And in many ways, we're quite far ahead of many other projects who are looking to do similar things, even if that's not necessarily reflected in the chart necessarily. But in terms of product and where we are with the actual project, we're actually very advanced compared to the majority of our competitors. So that's why we do stand out, and we continue to stand out within DeFi, and people are taking notice and are seeing that. And I suppose another thing I'll say in relation to that is that we have been contacted, and we are in just very low-level chats at the minute, and looking at potential VC funding options, venture capitalists. So there are people who have approached us and have spoken to us about sort of help get additional funding and things like that for, I suppose, looking at marketing and listing on exchanges and stuff like that. Some of the things that we may want to do in the future that obviously can cost a lot of money. There are people that we have spoken to, and there's people that are approaching us that seem to be quite interested in the project. So we do have a few things, I suppose, in the pipeline, a few meetings coming up with certain people just to discuss that. We're working on our pitch deck at the minute. And we've got a video which we'll be releasing, I think, quite possibly after this AMA. I'm just going to check with my team here and see if there's a date or a time for that. Yeah, I think we're uploading it at the moment. But yes, so there's a, sorry, I've just gone suddenly very bright. Let me just close things down on my screen. Yeah, there we go, that's better. Yeah, so we're getting a lot of interest actually from people, not just in the crypto world, but also outside of the crypto world, who are interested in getting into it. And And they're people with potentially a lot of money who are looking for good projects to invest in to try and help, I suppose, scale the project up. So we are in discussions with people about that. Again, I don't want to give any promises or any particular time frame for this, but the initial conversations that we've had have been very promising. So we'll just watch this space and see how that develops. What else do I have? My little list that I had written down. Oh yes, there's another thing I wanted to highlight. There's obviously you all have heard of CoinMarketCap. There's a thing called CoinMarket Calendar, or CoinMarketCal for short, and we've been using it quite regularly over the last few months, and it's extremely effective. And what it is that you put up basically a calendar of events that you have planned for your project, and you give a bit of detail as to what's involved in it and so on. And it then generates a lot of Twitter information that's fired out from different accounts to highlight to lots of different people what's coming up for certain projects. It also gets you on certain lists that we know that big investors look at. We know for sure that there are big crypto investors who specifically look at CoinMarketCal to see what the upcoming developments are of certain projects that they are monitoring. So we know for a fact that the fact that we have been doing that recently has certainly brought some additional investors in, and actually some quite big buys and now probably whales within the project and the holdings. So we're going to continue to do that, and I suppose there's a lot of stuff that we do that the community maybe doesn't see, but is having a big impact. And I suppose that's what I'm trying to say is things like that. The fact that the hits we're getting on our website is increasing, the downloads that we're getting continue to increase. There's absolutely no doubt that the brand awareness of Peachfolio and what will be the Peach ecosystem that we're building, the brand awareness is growing all the time. More and more people are aware of us, and we are definitely getting more people interested in knowing what we're doing. And I think the price alerts is going to be a big step forward for us in garnering more interest into the project and the app. And the other thing as well about the new update that's coming very, very shortly is that it also includes push notifications. And I have mentioned this before about why this is important and why this is quite a big deal for us. And the reason is that because we are able to now notify people who use the app of various things, it means that, let's say we have 70,000 app users, which is roughly where we're sitting at. And obviously we don't have 70,000 holders of Peach at the minute. We have a lot less than that. But there's obviously a lot of people who use the app who are either unaware of the Peach token or have just decided that they don't feel it's right for them at the minute, who will need to buy the Peach token to continue to access some of the more advanced features on the app. But also whenever the Peach Hub is released, they'll need the Peach token to access more features in the Peach Hub. So, obviously there are people out there who maybe don't follow us on Twitter, who use the app, who maybe haven't looked at the website, and have just downloaded the app and use it and really like it, but don't really know much more about the project. So the great thing about push notifications is that you get access to communications with all those people who use the app. So it means you can actually tell those people about the locking that's coming up. You can tell them about the Peach token and the use case for it. So I think that is going to be very helpful for us, but also just to be able to engage with our user base is extremely valuable for us. So it's something I suppose worth talking about that maybe you guys aren't that interested in, but for us as a team, and I think for the project as a whole, it's going to be extremely important for us going forward. Right. Yes. Okay. So we've published the update on Android, I've just been told. So you should see it hopefully on your updates very, very shortly. So please do check and see. You can tell me if you've been able to update it yet. And you'll be able to check out the price alert. So that's all I had to sort of talk about today. What I'll do is, anybody who wants to ask me a question, feel free to do so. Either you can chat here, and I'll try and answer it through voice, or if you wish, you can just type something in the Telegram and I will try and answer that question for you. So I'm quickly just scanning through Telegram here to see if there's been any questions put in. Okay, so one strange feeling is asked, what will be the compensation for VC investing in the project in the future? You'll send them a new token. Not sure I understand. Okay, so I suppose there's lots of different ways that people could do it. I mean, if somebody's interested in investing in your company and they're willing to put up a certain amount of cash, let's say, or money to help you scale up your project, obviously they're going to want something in return for that. Now, it could be, as you say, that they get an allocation of maybe the Peach token, or there may be other things that we would discuss, I suppose, with them to determine what they feel would be appropriate. And obviously we would have to agree that we felt it was appropriate as well from our side. Now, we're not that far in those discussions yet to have, I suppose, got that far, if you know what I mean. We're still in the very early stages of just talking to people and helping them understand about our project and what we do and what we hope to achieve with the project in the future, to try and give them an idea of the potential that we believe we have within Peachfolio. So that's sort of where we are with it. I suppose if it gets on down the line and it gets a bit more serious with the conversation, and money and things like that are starting to be spoken about, then obviously we'll need to decide what we feel is the best for us and the project. And if it gets to that stage, we're going to be open and transparent about things, and we'll let you all know what the situation is. But we're not at that stage yet to be thinking about that one strange feeling. Again, I'm just looking here. Yeah, I can see that it's already sort of been answered. I suppose the main purpose of looking for outside investment is that it could give us potentially a good lump sum for us to up our marketing and things like that, which would be really helpful, obviously, for the project. So that's one of the main reasons why we would be looking for additional investment. But like I say, it's not a guarantee it'll happen. It's just we're just in the initial discussions at the moment. Let's see. So any other questions? Does anybody want to ask me a question in voice? Now's the time.
Hello,
Mary.
I'm Mary, and I just joined the other day, and I bought some token, and I don't know much about this product. It just seems so interesting in a way. So I know I can look at the homepage and everything, but could you just mention some good things about? And I also just joined here, so I didn't hear all of your AMA.
No, that's
sorry.
fine. You're very welcome, Mary. It's great to have
Thank
you here.
you.
So yeah, I mean, very briefly, Peachfolio as a project, I suppose, started out with the Peachfolio app, which hopefully you will have downloaded and you'll have tried it.
Yes, I have actually. Yes.
Great. So that I suppose was the main focus of our project at the start, was getting a wallet tracking app that we felt was missing from the DeFi space. We wanted to make it as good as possible, and we're DeFi investors ourselves within the team, so we knew the sort of things that we. I'm just going to mute Crystal there because there's a little bit of background noise. We knew the sort of things that we wanted as investors, that we tried various other tracking apps, and we just didn't feel that they were up to the job. So we've decided to go forward and do one ourselves. We released the app before we even released the token, and then we released token. And the main focus, I suppose, up to now has been developing and updating the app and trying to build a really strong user base. And to date, we've got about 70,000 downloads of the app to date, and that's only in about 3 or 4 months. So we're really, really proud of that, and it's very encouraging. And the reviews and so on have been very positive, and the feedback that we get generally is very, very good. But if you do get the chance, do have a look at our website, because you'll see that last week we released our new white paper. And on the new white paper, a lot of it was focused on, I suppose, the next step of the project and where we want to go. So we've released details about the Peachfolio ecosystem that we're going to build. And that's going to start by the end of this year with the Peach Hub, which is going to be our web app. And there's going to be lots of different functions of that web app that you'll be able to see if you read the white paper. Obviously, it's going to have more advanced charting and things like that. It's going to have lots of analytical input there, and TA and stuff like that you'll be able to use that we maybe can't implement fully within the mobile app. So we're going to enhance a lot of the stuff that we're already doing in the app on the Peach Hub and the web app. So it should be a really great step forward for us in the project. But we've got lots of other things as well that we've got plans in the pipeline, including NFT monitoring, and portfolio tracking and valuations, and things like that. Loads of stuff on Peach Learn, like an education center.
How big is the team? How many people are working with
this? There's 11 people in the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
When did you launch? How long ago?
We launched in, I think I'm right in saying it was June.
Okay.
June, yeah. So as I say, we launched the beta version of the app first of all in June, that you could download from our website at that time, and then the week after that we did our pre-sale and launched the Peach token. Okay. And then I think it was, I'm trying to think the exact date. Was it July? I can't remember. That we actually launched the, I suppose, official version of the app on the stores, on the Google Play Store and on the App Store.
Nice. Thank you very much. I think there is someone called Crystal who wants to speak.
That's okay. And thanks very much, Mary. It's great to talk to you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for joining the Peachfolio family.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Is there anybody else wants to speak? I'm just going to see if there's any.
Hi, Simon.
Oh, hello.
Hi. I was just wondering, would it be possible to put a picture of the tiers on the app somewhere, or would Apple just absolutely lose their mind over something like that?
We would love to do that, and obviously it would make sense to do that, and it would make sense to advertise the Peach token a lot heavier on the app and on the website at that time, although we do it on the website at the minute. But in our experience to date, many of the difficulties we've had with Apple have been related to the fact that we have the Peach token. And certainly one of the things that we had a problem with the last time was that we had a direct link from our website to buy the token. Now, the website wasn't even related to the app, but they still had a problem with that, and that was one of the things that they didn't like. So that they do look at everything, Apple. It's quite remarkable, actually, the amount of detail that they go into when they're looking to approve. So, I mean, what I would love to do is do that, but I'm afraid that probably if Apple saw the tiers and saw a lot of links to the Peach token, they would have an issue with that at the minute. Now, there is a way to get around that, and it's something that we have been looking at doing as a team anyway, and that is to incorporate as a business, and then set up a business account with Apple, and we believe that might help get get us around some of those issues that we've had. So we are looking to do that as a team, and we're sort of working on that in the background. But in the meantime, probably what we'll rely on is the push notifications to help tell people who use the app, some of the things that they need in relation to the Peach token and the tiers and things like that. So that's another benefit that we have about the notifications, is that we will be able to access those users on both the Apple and the iOS and the Android versions, to notify them a bit more about the Peach token and to alert them that they're soon going to need to buy some to access the features when it locks. So it's a balance. We really do want to obviously advertise the token and the tiers and everything else, certainly within the app if we could, and on the website. But you'll probably find even that we might need to strip back the website briefly while it's getting approved from Apple. So you might find that some of the things that we may have at the minute, like the ability to buy Peach from the website, we might need to strip that down for a week or two while Apple look at approving the app. That's how ridiculous it is. So I hope that answers your question. I mean, I suppose the bottom line is no, we can't really, I suppose, at the minute, frustratingly. But we have ways around it, we think, because of the notifications. And obviously, we'll be directing people through our socials to the website and to the information about the locking and the tiers and so on. And we'll be doing that as much as we possibly can. But I think the key for us will be the push notifications. And that might be the way to sort of beat Apple. But we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I suppose. But we are very confident that we will get the update through Apple as it is. And obviously, we'll try to push things a little bit more as we go along with Apple to see, how far can we push it without them turning it down, really.
Awesome. Thanks, Simon. And I just have one question about the push notifications. I think that's an awesome idea. I just want to know, are those going to be generalized notifications, or will they be specific notifications to let users know, like, oh, you're $100 away from being diamond level, something like that, if that makes sense?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think that is something that we're going to be doing. I'm just going to check, because I know the team are like, yes, okay, I have confirmation that I've got a very helpful dev team that are typing very quickly whenever you ask a question that they can tell I'm not sure the answer to. Yes, they're saying both is the answer to that. You will get notified whenever you're maybe close to the time when you might need to think about buying more Peach because of the change in the value. But we also don't want to, we don't want to annoy people by constantly notifying them. Yeah, we're promoting the project to people that who use the app, who know the app. So we want to make sure that they understand how much Peach they have and how much Peach they're going to need, I suppose, if they don't quite have enough, or as I say, if the value changes and suddenly they did have enough but suddenly they don't. There is going to be a bit of a, like, they're not going to just suddenly lose access to the premium app functions. If the price drops suddenly one day, it's not a black and white thing. There is going to be a grace period, I suppose, and they'll be notified at that point that they maybe need to think about purchasing more Peach. But like I say, they're quite discreet, the notifications. We don't want to bombard people with notifications, because that will just annoy people, and we don't want to do that. So it's about striking a balance of informing people what they need to know, but also not, I suppose, pushing it too much that they become annoyed and get frustrated with us, because we don't want that either.
Well, thank you, Simon. I really appreciate your answers.
No problem. Thanks for asking your questions. Is there any other questions on the voice that anybody would like to speak? Okay, I'll quickly move back to Telegram and see if there's any questions there in the last
Everyone,
couple of minutes that people have asked.
hello,
Let me see.
hello, hello, hello,
Hello.
hello.
Hi, Crystal.
Hello.
Hi there.
Good afternoon. Good evening, Simon. I'm just going through the white paper on your Peachfolio right now. I'm just going through it because I just joined your Telegram this and I find the whole thing interesting because all what I'm going through now, I really love it. Though I've not downloaded the app and I've not started making use of the pitch or anything, but once I'm through with the white paper I'm reading right now, I'm gonna ask you more questions. But I'm still on it right now, and I find everything I've read there so far very interesting.
Okay, that's good.
Uh-huh. But the app, once I go through all the stuff, I'm gonna know more about this, but you can just explain further and it was more enlightened. Just like for example, I have this app I'm using on my phone. It's called Gates.io. It's Gates, yeah. It has its own token, it has all this thing. And on this app, you have a referral bonus if you refer somebody to download, if you refer a friend to download the app in the wallet. If you refer someone to download the wallet, you get a token anytime the person is trading on any token the person is trading, any coin the person is trading on, you get a referral, and you also, the more you refer people, the more you gain on USDT on your own listing. Do we have any plan on this also? That's just my question. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Crystal. I mean, I know you said you hadn't downloaded our app yet, so you maybe haven't realized, but our
I'm
app.
going to download it. I'm going to download it
That's okay.
soon.
Great.
I'm going to
I
download
hope
it
you,
soon.
do, and I hope you like it. But our app actually isn't a wallet. It's a wallet tracker. So it would be different.
Okay.
Gate.io is an exchange, so their app presumably then can allow you to buy and sell tokens and so on. We can't do that at the minute. We will in the future have a wallet, but currently the app that we have developed and that's out, what it does, it helps you track your portfolio of BSC and Ethereum tokens that you have. So if you link your wallet to the app will pull all that data for you in one place, and you'll be able to see your entire investment portfolio, and see the charts. And as of probably now or very, very soon, if it hasn't already gone out, you'll be able to set price alerts as well, to notify you. Whatever alert you have created, it will tell you whenever that you're ready to trade. So you can't trade through the app at the moment, but as I say, if you've read our white paper, or know you're looking through the white paper at the moment, you'll see that in the future we will have a wallet, and there will be a way to do that. So there'll be more features that we will implement, and some of the features that you mentioned there, we may well look at whenever we're at that stage in the project. But at the moment, I suppose it's not necessarily that relevant to what we're doing at the moment.
Okay, that's good.
No problem. Oh, on the rewards thing that you mentioned, I mean, we will look at it. I mean, I know it's something that has been successful for other projects, and can be very good,
Wow.
to get new people in, a referral system. So obviously, if we feel it's beneficial to the project and we feel we can implement it in the right way, then we will certainly look at it. But I can't say yes at the minute because we're not at that stage. I'll go back to Telegram. I can see Cyber Connection has asked, I can't find a desktop version of Peachfolio app for Windows. Is this going to be created? Yes, it is. Cyber Connection. We're working on it at the minute. It's going to be called the Peach Hub, and it will be out by the end of this year. So yes, there will be a desktop version. And we can't wait. It looks great. Okay.
So
Kay has
a quick
asked-
question.
Sorry,
Oh, sorry.
Michael, go ahead.
It
okay.
is, you just mentioned Windows. Will it be like a standalone application for Windows?
No, it'll be a web app, so it'll be through a website. I suppose in the same way,
Okay.
you know, like PooCoin or.
Yeah. So
blockchain
it may
or whatever.
work for Mac as well. So cool.
Oh yes,
Thank
it
you.
will. Yeah, absolutely will. Just scanning through Telegram here quickly. Apologies if I skip past your question, but I'm trying my best just to see, pick out the good ones. Let's see. Okay, there's a good one. Corey Sullivan. It seems like the goal is to make a product that takes the market from PooCoin. What is something that PooCoin does well that you plan you can do better? I mean, we plan on doing everything better than PooCoin does. I mean, to be perfectly frank, we want better charts. We want better tools that people can use to analyze charts. We'll have a lot more analytical tools available to you that PooCoin don't have. If you've looked at our white paper, you'll see some of the things that we're looking to implement include like social media trending, looking at market sentiment for certain projects, sort of identifying, what we feel are the trends that investors are following, and to sort of help you make good investments or be alerted to new projects that might be of interest to you. There'll also be like news, like a news feed as well. That will be specific not only to your investments that you have, but also, I suppose, the overall crypto market and how that's going. So we want it to be like a one-stop shop, I suppose, for everything that you would find useful as an investor in one place. So I mean, PooCoin obviously have first mover advantage, and everybody knows PooCoin. If anybody invests in DeFi, they'll have checked the PooCoin chart and probably still do, even though there's numerous different, competitors to PooCoin. PooCoin still, because it got there first and is very well known, people do use it. But as a product, it's not a great product. We can do better. We can do better. And aesthetically, we can do better as well. We can make it look better, and we can make it have better functionality. And we firmly believe we can do that. So I hope that answers your question. Just saying, I can see that our head dev is busy helping people understand about the pro features and how that's going to work and so on. That's going to be really exciting next week. We're all very, very excited about that. Yeah, but that's next week's story. That's next week's big announcements. Today's all about the price alerts. So I'm just going to check and see. Oh yes, Crypto Mark, you've just found it. Yeah, there's a video we're actually going to be. Let me just check and see if that's the right one. Yeah, that's the right one. So I was going to announce that we had that video, but well done. Somebody's found it very quickly. So you can see there's a link there. Crypto Markets just put it in, share, comment, like, and he's quite right. Please do that. This is a video that we have had created for us, which is really good because it gives an overview of Peachfolio and the project and the ecosystem and where we're going. And it's a really terrific video that obviously we want to share everywhere, and we encourage you to share it as well. It's a great introduction to Peachfolio for people who don't know about us, and it's extremely slick and very well made, and hopefully you'll be impressed by it. So we're going to probably tweet about it and send it everywhere. So well done, Crypto Mark. You're on the ball there, because I think was only uploaded in the last 20 minutes or so. So you didn't even give me a chance to announce it properly. But well done, you found it. So yes, we're going to be sharing that video far and wide. and we're going to continue, I suppose, focusing on Twitter, things like that, and really targeting those very big popular projects now that they know, or they will know, that they'll be able to set the price alerts for them as well. So yes, I suppose that's everything for today for me. Unless there's any more questions, we can leave it at that. And hopefully by now, I'll just check and see, is it definitely out yet? Oh yes, Mary, if you're there, Mary, if you're still there, have a look at that video. That's just come out. Crypto Mark has just shared. That'll give you a really good idea actually of the project.
Okay, thanks.
So please do that. That'd be great. Yeah, so that's everything for me today, everyone. It's great to see everyone here. Great engagement today. Thank you to everyone who asked a question and was brave enough to speak. I know it's a little bit nerve-wracking. As I said earlier, this has been recorded. Okay, so I will upload this into the chat and I'll pin it so that you can again if you want, or it's more for people, I suppose, in different time zones who maybe just can't make it at this time or maybe sleeping at the moment, for them to have a look at the latest AMA. So for those who are new, we do one of these every week, every Wednesday around this time. So please join me at the next one next week, and I hope to see you all then. And in the meantime, good luck with the price alerts. Hope they work well for you, and I hope you'll have to tell us any good stories of people making good trades because an alert told them of a certain price that they wanted to sell at. So please do tell us about that in the next week. It'd be great to hear about that. And best of luck, everyone, and thank you so much for your support. Take care. Bye-bye.